So for me, well, for us as an organization, the first thing that we try to do when we start teaching the game of tennis, obviously we started with the fun, but our biggest thing is to learn our students, because students learn themselves in different ways. So we want to make sure that we understand how our students learn, so we can be more effective instructors and we can have more targeted practices. So for us, we like to learn how each students tick, and it's interesting for me when I have parents that understand their children, and parents who don't. So I'll give you an example. So I had a guy come to me a couple of years ago, and he brought his daughter for lessons,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a very good handle on his daughter, and he says to me, he says, "Listen, my daughter's a little different. The biggest thing with her is competition, and she
Mm-hmm.
always wants to compete. She always wants her big thing is me versus you.
Right.
Me competing against you.
Mm-hmm.
So when I structured the lessons in the beginning, they weren't really technique based. They weren't really so much skill based, but they were more competition based. Every lesson was about her competing with me,
Mm-hmm.
and for her, that's the way she learned. And I would drop little tidbits in there, a little bit of technique in there. You can beat me by doing this. If
Oh
you
wow.
do
Wow.
this,
Yeah.
you'll be successful if you focus on this. And for her, that works for her. So if I had started out with one blanket policy, teaching the way that I I learned, or teaching the way that she didn't learn, then we wouldn't be as successful as we were. And it's a constant learning process, learning more about the student, learning more about how that person learns, and trying to get that information to that student as quickly and easily as possible. So that's kind of the first thing that we try to accomplish.